everybody, it's Coach Chris from Capture Epic Coaching, and I have a lower body workout for you guys today. We're going to hit up the glutes and the hamstrings and the quads, a little bit of core thrown in. All you need for this workout is some weights and a band and maybe a yoga mat. If you don't have any equipment, don't worry about it. You can do this with body weight only, and it's going to be a great workout for you. So let's get you started. We're going to start with just a little bit of a warm-up to get you going. So we're going to start with some squats. What I want you to do is put your feet just outside of your hips, hands right up in front. We're just going to do 10 squats. 1, 2, 3. So knees drive forward, right in line with your toes. Chest stays lifted. 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to do some lateral squats. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to step to the side and back in. Let's just do one side at a time. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just still going back and down. Squeezing your butt a little bit at the top. 2 more. Last one. And we're going to go to the other side. So 10 down and up. If you want to alternate these at home, it's okay. I'm doing one side at a time, trying to stay in the frame for you. Keeping your chest lifted. Getting your hips back and down. 2 more. Now listen to the snap, crackle, pops of your body. All right, come on back up. Give it a little bit of shake. Roll your shoulders. Make sure you're open in the front. We're going to do that one more time for our warm-up. We're just trying to get the heart rate up a little bit. Get your body ready to go. So 10 squats. Toes forward, maybe slightly turned out. Back and down. Coming up all the way each time. Squeezing your butt. We've got 2 more. And now we're going to step to the side. Lateral squat. So your body still stays centered when you squat. You're not leaning to the side. It's not a side lunge. Chest still stays lifted. 1 more. And then we immediately go to the other side. Keep breathing, keeping your heels down. 2 more. And here's your last one. Awesome, good. Go ahead and shake that out. Grab a quick drink if you need it. Make sure that you're hydrating. And we're going to go into our first set. So we're going to do 2 exercises back to back. We're going to do some squats and some deadlifts. So what I want you to do is pick up probably one of your slightly heavier sets of weights. All right, we're going to start with some squats again. So it's going to be just a little bit slower because we're loading the body with weight. Feet just outside of hips, toes turned out a little bit. And you can either hold the weights at your hands, at your sides, you can bring them in front. All right, but take a deep breath, and we're going to do 10 of them. 1, 2, so really think about sending your hips back and down. 4, knees drive forward, they don't collapse in. We've got 2 more. Hold the top. Now we're going to superset this with a deadlift. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your palms so they face your body, face your legs. All right. Roll your shoulders back and down. Tiny, tiny bend to your knees. And you're just going to let your arms go all the way down towards your shins, keeping your back flat. And then driving through your heels, squeezing your butt, coming back up. That's 1. Nice flat back. Good. Keep going. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Nice flat back. Arms stay close to the body. Hands stay close to the body. Pressing your hips back. And keeping your neck long. We've got 2 more. one more. Good. Go ahead, take a little break for a second. You can put your weights down, maybe a quick drink. And we're going to do that combination 2 more times. So bend your knees, pick up your weights, get your foundation set, feel your feet on the floor, little lift to your chest, 10 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, keep pressing through your heels. 9, we've got 1 more. 10, good. Now you're just going to rotate your palms so they face your thighs. Open up through your front again. Deadlifts. Come on down and up. Coming just about to mid-shin. If you can go further and keep a straight back, that's really cool. But if your back starts to round through, all right, that's just gonna put a lot of undue stress on your back. So then maybe you only come down towards your knees. But you want to keep that back nice and flat and push your hips back. We've got 3 more, I think. 1 more. And up. Good. Go ahead and put your weights down for a second. Take a little bit of a break. Maybe shake it out. Get the hair out of your face. All right, and then we just have 1 more set. So pick up those weights 1 more time. All right, check that your feet are where you want them to be. Lift your upper body, 10 squats. 1, 2 is I'm going to show you from the side. Trying to really sit back and keep your chest lifted. We've got 2 more. Good, all the way up. And we're going to come right into our deadlift. So just rotate your hands, slide your shoulders back and down, slide all the way down, and then back up. Keeping your hands nice and close to your shins. I can literally feel my thumbs trace my legs all the way up and down. You hip from your hip. So you're not bending at your waist. It's a hip hinge. We've got 4 more. Keep your neck nice and long. Not letting your arms hang. Keeping your shoulders back and down. 1 more. And all the way up. Good. All right, nice job, you guys. Go ahead and put those weights down. Take a second. Shake your legs out. Grab a sip of water. Always important to make sure you're hydrating when you're working out. All right, so our next set, we have 2 new exercises. I'm going to do a slightly lighter weight here. So we're going to do reverse lunges, and we're going to mix that with a single leg deadlift. So we just did for our deadlift, we're going to do, but just on 1 leg. So if you have a hard time with balance, I'm going to show you some options. All right. If you need a chair to hold on to for your reverse lunges, you can do that. All right. As you step back for your lunge. If stepping back is hard, is still challenging, you can just keep your foot back and make it a split squat and just go down and up. That works too. All right. But I want you to really think about keeping your knees and bending. Notice my front knee over my ankle. My back knee bends a lot, so I'm opening through the hip flexor. All right, weight is in the front heel, down and up and back in, or just down and up, staying there, depending on what modification you need. I want you to remember that if you need to take a modification, modifications don't mean that it's easier. All right, it's just where you are and what works for you in your body at that moment, and that changes on a day-to-day basis. So feel free to modify these or amplify them as you need to. As long as your form is good, then it's going to work. All right? So let's start with our reverse lunges. All right? Weight is in 1 hand. You're going to step your foot back. All right? We're going to do 8. 1, 2. So So knee almost touches the ground. You can get low enough. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're just going to switch sides. Put the weight in the other hand. On the hip, step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pressing right through your front heel. 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to make it our single leg deadlift. So the original leg's going to go back. Take the weight in both hands, and you can I like to tap my foot back when I start. It gives me a little bit of extra leverage. So you're going to tip forward and back up, tapping your foot down. Keeping your gaze nice and steady, taking it slow. All right, you're going to feel your standing leg do a lot of work right here. And if it's a lot for balance, you can keep your toe on the floor and still work the hip hinge, as long as you're trying to keep most of the weight in your front foot. We're going to do one more. And up, good. Step in, switch sides, go. Tip down, weight stays close to the leg, and back up. Neck stays nice and long. Remember, you can keep that toe on the floor. You can lift it up. The longer the lever is, the harder it starts to become. More challenging. If you wobble and have to reset a little bit, that's okay. I have to reset a lot. We're going to do 2 more. Doing about 8 on each side. And right back up. Good. Give everything a little bit of a shake. So we're going to do that those 2 exercises 2 more times. 8 lunges on each side, 8 single leg deadlifts on each side. The leg that is in front or that you're standing on is the working leg always. All right, that's what's going to get most of your work in. The back leg, don't forget about it. It's still important. I want to squeeze it to get some muscle recruitment going. But the main driving force is always the leg that's in front. All right, here we go. Round 2, lunges, step back. So notice my feet are about hip distance apart. So they're not in super close when I lunge. That's hard for balance. Trying to keep them about hip distance. Got one more. And you're just going to switch sides. Weight in the other hand. Reset. And go. Whoops. A little balance there. And it happens. We got 2 more. All right, step back in. Weight in both hands. Leg comes back to tap a little bit. It doesn't have to. You can keep it tapped right under your body if you want, because sometimes I like to keep it tapped in back so I'm not having to work on clearance. All right, here we go. 8 single leg deadlifts. Trying to keep your back nice and flat, just like in our deadlifts with both feet on the ground. A lot of our cycling and running is we spend a lot of time on just one foot pressing, 1 foot on the ground. Give me one more. So single leg work is really important. It helps us to notice where we have, where one side is stronger than the other, muscle imbalances, so you can start to work on them. Switching sides. I always think that single leg work is also really good for ankles. It makes your ankles and your feet work. Two more. And one Good job, you guys. Go ahead and take a little break. You're doing an awesome job. Maybe get a quick little sip of water. Here in my mouth. All right, so let's do it. We've got one more set before we do a little tiny cardio burst, or a little cardio bursting for you guys. All right, starting with our lunges. All right, always start with a little posture check. All right, 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My ankle's cracking. 7. It's all good. 8. All right, other side. Always start with a good posture check. Trying to keep your hips nice and square. Your core is engaged. We've got one more. So good. All right, weight in both hands. Switching sides again. Single leg deadlift. All right, so here we go, 8 of them. Tip down and come on up. I'll show you a couple from the side. Tip down and come on up. Neck stays nice and long. You want to keep your toe on the floor the whole time. It's still the same movement. All right, we're not walking out your knees at all. There's the slightest little bend while it's not a squat. Back leg is still active. One more. And then go ahead and switch sides. So the leg goes back. Take a second to reset. And go. If you feel yourself, as you start to get tired, get a little wobbly, just slow yourself down or reduce how far you're going. Make your range of motion a little bit smaller. Bring your focus back in. Got 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Good job, you guys. All right, go ahead and put those weights down. Make sure they're out of your way because we do not need them anymore. Have a quick drink. All right, so 2 more exercises. Got lots of supersets today. That just means that we're putting 2 exercises back to back and going right in from one to the other. All right, so first exercise is going to be a little cardio burst. We're going to do some touchdown squats. We jump out, hands come down, back in, down and in, down and in. All right, if you're looking for a little bit more of a low impact version, keep your feet out wide, squat, lift, squat, lift. Seeing if you can lift your heels up. All right. Second exercise is we're going to come down to the floor and we're going to do a 30-second plank. Yeah, all out of breath, we're going to do a plank. So first exercise, 16 touch squats. All right, so start with your feet together. All right, abs are in. Remember to keep your chest up. We've got 16 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you notice my hands don't move. I just jump out and in. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Good. Come right to the floor. All right, you can do this on your knees. You can do it on your toes. I'm going to do the first one on my toes. Tuck them up. On your forearms. Abs are in, your back is nice and long. We're thinking about pulling your belly button into your spine and just keeping your head long. So try not to drop down and look at your toes, but look right towards your wrists. Keep your head kind of pulled back a little bit so your neck is long. Got about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Up on your hands. Press up. Catch your breath. So we're going to do 2 more times. All right. shake. Maybe a quick sip. All right. All right, quick little adjustment of the pants, the hair, whatever bobby pin that's holding the hair out of the face. All right. Here we go. Touchdown squats. Start with your feet together. All right, 16 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and quick. 6, 7. Move the heart right up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more. 16. Good. Right to the floor. Bend your knees. Come on down. Right on your elbows. And you can be on your knees or your toes, but go. So really, really flat back. Try to hang down here. Try not to lift up here. Keep it nice and long. If you're having a hard time with that, keep your back long, but just let your knees come to the floor. You notice my upper body did not move. All right. Got about 10 more seconds. Pull your abs in. You've got 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees down. Press yourself up. Sit back for a second. Gather your thoughts. And do one more round. I know, you guys, a lot of breath. I usually do workouts like this first thing in the morning. Okay. One more time. All right, here we go. So, feet are together. 16 touchdown squats. Here we go. Quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Heels down, heels up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right to the floor. Supersets. We go right from one to the other. All right. Knees up. Go. 30 seconds right here. You can do it. Just stay with it and breathe. Pull your belly button in. Draw your shoulder blades back. You're already halfway through. Keep your core engaged. Maybe squeeze your thighs and legs a little bit. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Push back. Whew. All right. Take a second. Catch your breath. We've got a new exercise. You're going to need your bands for the next exercise. All right. So we're going to do 2 sets of these. We're going to do one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites because I don't like to do it, but I know it works really well, so it's one of my favorites. Anything that works is my favorite. All right, we're going to do some monster walks. So you're going to take your band. You can do this sitting down, you can do it standing up. Please be careful, all right? If you want to sit down to do it, that's totally okay. I do it a lot sitting down. You're going to bring the band up, and you're going to put it right below your knees, all right? Make sure that it's nice and flat. Always check your bands before you use them to make sure there are no tears in them. All right, they do wear out, they do get tears, so you always kind of want to check them and make sure that there's no tears in them. So we're going to start with a monster walk going forward. So I'm going to come all the way back. I'm going to take little steps because I'm going to try to stay in my stay in the frame. I don't have a lot of space here. All right, but you're going to take your knees out a little bit. Sit down to just a little bit of a squat. Keep your abs in, shoulders are back, and you're going to squeeze everything, and you're just going to take little steps forward, trying to keep everything nice and square without a lot of rocking. All right, so we've got 10 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, push against the band. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are really little steps, all right? Give yourself some good space when you do them. 10 going backwards. 10, get your heels down. 2, 3, 4, squeeze your butt. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, take your feet together a little bit. We're going to do lateral monster walks. We're going to do kind of like our warm-up, but we're going to alternate sides, all right? So go one way first. Here we go. Out and in, out. That's 1. Press against the band. 2. Try to keep some resistance on it when you come back to center. So try not to come like all the way back in and all the way back up and take little breaks. All right, you want to stay under load here. That's how these work. It's time under tension. 6. Hips back and down. 7. 8. Woo! 9. One more. 10. And then you come on up. Whoa! And that's why I love to hate these. I can totally feel those. I've only done one set. All right. Give yourself some space. Remember, I'm taking little tiny baby steps. All right. If you can't take huge steps, because this is new and you're building up strength, that's cool. Remember, form always comes first. But once you start to get the hang of it and you get stronger, give yourself some space, all right? I'm taking little tiny steps. Here we go. 10 steps forward. 1, 2, squeeze your butt. 3, 4, trying to stay steady. Put your hands on your hips to feel that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Get your heels down. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then little feet together. Keep some resistance on. Step into the side. And then the other side 10 times. 1, 1, 2, 2. Try to stay low in your squat. And press against the band. And keep some resistance on when you come back in. Always tension on the band. 6, 7. I apologize, I'm miscounting. 8, 9. One more on each side. 10. Good. Whew. All right. We're going to sit down. So if you would like to sit down and then take off your band, you can do that. All right. We're getting close here. Got a few more things to do. All righty. Our next exercise is, you don't need that anymore. We're going to do some clamshells and we're going to do some glute bridges. So these are going to continue to work your hips and your glutes. So what I want you to do is you're going to come onto your side for your clamshell. I'm going to kind of do this side on here. Try to get in the frame so you can see me. All right. On your elbow, try to keep your upper body from like sinking down. You want to be nice and straight. All right. You can also always put like your hand on your head on your hand. You can lay all the way down, but I want you to try to keep your upper body relatively neutral depending on how low you want to go. All right. Knees come out a little bit. Heels stay together. So you've got a straight line. Heels, hip, shoulder. All right. Other hand can come in front. It can come behind. It can come on your hip. Depending on what feels best, you're going to try to keep your heels together. You're going to open up the knee. 1, I'm going to do 10 of these. 2, 3. So I want you to notice my upper body is not moving at all. And sometimes that limits how high I can lift my knee. So you're working it through your hip. 1 more. Good. And we're just going to rotate over. We're going to do the other side. Right? So knees in front just a little bit. Heels, hip, shoulder. 1 line. All right. Sometimes I like to put my hand here so I can feel that I'm really staying stable and I'm not rocking around. The heel stays together. Lift your knee. 1, 2. Reach. Feel this through your hip, through your glutes. Keep abs braced. Having your abs braced is always a good rule of thumb. It supports your low back. Got 2 more. Good. All right, now you're going to roll over completely right onto your back. So we're going to do 10 glute bridges. So heels on the floor, arms are at your sides. Scoot your feet in as much as you can. and still keep them down, right? Pressing through your heels. We're gonna lift up, squeeze, and down. 2, abs stay in, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep squeezing your butt, 7, a little extra squeeze at the top, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, I always feel those a lot after I have done all those monster walks. All right. One more time through. So always check your posture, all right, your placement, your knees, your heels, your hips, all right, body's nice and square. Got 10 of them. Clamshells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, and work that rotation. 9 and 10. Good. Other side. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see a little bit of a different angle. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So minimize the movement right here. 6. That's all it has to move. 7. If it only moves here, that's okay. Everybody's different. 9, 10. Roll onto your backs. Feet on the floor. Dig up your heels. 10 bridges. 1. Remember to squeeze at the top. 2, 3. Working your hamstrings, your glutes. A little bit of low back. 6, 7, 8, 9, hello, and 10. Good. Bring your knees in, hug, and roll yourself up. All right, we got a couple more things to do. We're not quite done yet. We've got 2 more sets to do. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, our next set, is we're going to do some bird dogs and some Supermans. So for your bird dog, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. All right, our tabletop position. We've done it in my yoga videos. You know, we spent a lot of time in our tabletop position. So we're going to do 10 on each side. We're going to lift opposite leg and opposite arm. All right, so lift, reach, set, switch. So you can always do this in a lot of different ways. You can do just the legs. You can do just the arms. Do just one side and then the other. There's lots of variations. You can bring in bands and make it harder. But you want to take a second and really reach. Press your heel back. You can also point your toe back. All right. One is not better than the other. They just do different things. Really reaching your arm really, really long. So for my swimmers out there, think about reaching across the pool and how long you can get your body. Abs are pulled in. We've got 2 more on each side. Tiny little holds at the top each time. And then rest. Good, you're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna do some Supermans. So your legs with a little bit of a squeeze. So we're gonna work a little bit of the mid-back. So legs are long, arms are long, so you can see a little bit better. Arms are long. And then you're gonna keep your legs on the ground. Actually, we're gonna keep our legs on the ground. We're gonna leave our fingers on the ground. When we lift up, you're gonna lift up everything, pull your elbows back and squeeze, reach, and then come down. That's 1. 2, 2. So I really want you to focus on pulling your elbows back by your sides. Again, keep your neck nice and long. Keep your abs pulled in. Try not to press your abs into the floor, but pull your belly button in. And you're squeezing and lifting your legs off the floor a little bit if you can. I like to point my toes in this one. Really thinking about length. We've got 2 more. And last one. Good, press yourself on up. Take a second, maybe press yourself back. We're gonna do that set one more time. And then we'll finish with just a little bit of core. One last little bit of our core work. The bird dogs and Supermans are our core. Our core is actually 360 degrees. Wraps the whole body, front, side, back. It also involves like halfway down your thighs, your hips, your glutes, all the way up. You know, I had heard somebody say once that your core is basically everything between your neck and your knees. So it's a much larger portion of our body than we think sometimes. It doesn't always have to just be with our six-pack. We will get that six-pack, that rectus abdominis, for the last little bit, but right now let's do a little bit more back work with our bird dogs and our Supermans. So hands on floor, find that nice set tabletop position, and then opposite leg, opposite arm, reach out, and then in. Switch, and then in. So every time you reach, I really want you to squeeze and find that length, and then don't be in a hurry at the reset. You want to make sure that every time you set, everything is nice and square. As a result, sometimes it feels like when I do these that I'm doing them forever. But we don't want to rush through any exercise to the point that it's not being beneficial for us. Take your time with it. 5 really, really good solid reps is always better than 10 sloppy reps. Keeping your neck nice and long, always engaging through your glutes as you reach. Got 2 more on each side. And then here's your last set. See, I'm reaching so far, I'm like not even in the frame. All right, bring yourself on down. For our Supermans, a little bit of a squeeze. Reach your arms out nice and long. Legs are nice and long. Abs are pulled in, so you're not pressing into the mat with your abs, but you're pulling your belly button to your spine always. Look down at the floor, right in front of your arms. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze, reach, set. And again, every time you pull your elbows, take a moment to just really hold the squeeze and feel your upper back engage. Make sure you're breathing. We've got 3 more. And done. Whew. All right, bring yourself up. Catch your breath. Got 1 more set exercise. We're going to do this 2 times. We're going to work our rectus abdominis, our six-pack, just a little bit. 2 exercises. We're going to do plank jacks, and we're going to do mountain climbers. So I'm going to show you the modifications before we get started and all the options, because once we get going, they go by quick. So your plank jacks on your hands, like in a plank. And notice again, my hips are down, all right, but they're not sagging, and I'm not down dogging it, all right, they're right here. Plank jack, you're just gonna jump out, in, trying not to bounce, but trying to keep it as still as possible. Your modification can be a toe tap, all right, it can be an out, out, in. If you're on your knees, extend, all right, those are your options. The second exercise we're going to do are mountain climbers. So again, you're gonna stay up on your hands and knees, and you're just gonna keep your abs nice and strong, and pull your knees in, and you're just gonna in. Modification, slower, taking out the jump. Another modification from your knees. All right, the closer you get your tabletop in, the easier it becomes. All right, don't go too easy. I want you to challenge yourself, all right? Hips can be down here without sagging, okay? That's core engagement. And then you just draw your knee in. And if you don't have enough clearance to bring it forward, you can always bring it out to the side. All right, that doesn't matter so much for this exercise. You will get a little bit more obliques if you're bringing it out towards the side, but it's more important that you're doing them. All right, so we're going to do, what are we doing? We're doing plank jacks, we're doing mountain climbers. Let's do 10 of each, and then we'll have a little surprise at the end and we'll hold our plank. All right, I gave you the surprise, but I didn't want to come out of it too soon and be like, oh, she's still exercising. All right, so here we go. 10 of everything. We start with plank jacks. Find your plank first, abs are in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right into your mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold your plank, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We're gonna do it one more time. Do it one more round. So catch your breath. One more little sip of water. All right. So you got one more round. Mountain climbers, plank jacks, mountain climbers. One last little plank to hold us off, all right? So let's come into it. Find your plank first. Spread your fingers, press in strong with your hands, send your heels back, abs are in. Plank jacks, 10 of them, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right into mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold your plank, hold it, hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo! Great job, you guys. That was awesome. Take a second, roll your shoulders back a little bit, bring your hands behind. Stretch out through the front of your body after all that planking. Bring yourself up to your hands and knees. Take one foot forward. Lean into it. Stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then bring it back. Stretch your hamstring, your glutes. They got a lot of work today. Bring yourself in, switch sides, other foot. Bring it forward, heel still on the ground. Stretching through your quad. Then press back. Little stretch through your hamstring, your glutes. You can be slightly bent. All right, great job, you guys. Enjoy this workout. Let me know how you like it. Make sure, I'm going to be putting more of these up there, up on my YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribing so you get them, and give me a like if you like it. If you want to see something specific, send me a message, and I would love to help you out with that. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.